But it looks like we are out of the gate.
Thank you very much, chat. Hi, I'm IB Karma. You haven't been hearing me for the last minute. So to reiterate what I was talking about, this is our this is a lower bracket kind of quarterfinal semifinals match between Malcreos and Slack. Loser does get eliminated. Winner moves on to play Freddy. Um, but let's see what we got here. We got the Tycoon start for both. That's pretty much anybody does this. I don't know anybody who skips it. Hint and some medium checks.
Yeah, you spawn in like right next to it. You might as well do it.
And it's not like anything's high tier here, but sometimes you get like one or two pretty useful items. Like the black suit and the equip rods are both pretty good early game.
Yeah, every once in a while you might stumble into a lucky extra job here in one of these chests, because it is just a large number of items that are around here.
Yeah, and that overflow gives it the chance. Like I'm pretty sure that black suit was probably overflow. Also, that defender sword was probably overflow too. For anybody who doesn't know what overflow is, there's a percentage chance that a chest or an item check can go up to 3 tiers over where the location is. So if this is tier 1, it can have up to a tier 4 item. Oh, Fort Tower Path of Void.
Oh, we are in for a seat, ladies and gentlemen.
The timer has not been started now. I'll get that started for us.
Now that these first checks are done, though, we'll have to see where everybody goes, because everybody's got a little bit of a different plan for what to do after this. Looks like both of them have headed just straight back to, or are sticking around in World 1, though, to do the Pirate's Cove. Again, decent chance of getting some free stuff, included two-handed, which, hey, that could be pretty useful. The Sildra check here does have a fairly high-tier item attached to it, so that might pay out to be something useful. Diamond Plate is alright, depending on whether or not our players have actually gotten a class that can use it. Because I don't think we've seen what class they've started with yet.
I definitely have not caught it, but we do, like, the Silver Diamond Plate, good early. Like, I didn't even catch it on the menus. Do we start with Berserker?
Berserker might be sooner than we think.
I mean, it's not a bad strat early. Oh, Dragoons? I see Dragoons in chat.
Oh, I could have sworn I read Berserker. Maybe I just misread Bart's name.
These two are actually both taking, like, almost the same exact pathing.
Oh, and I think I saw Bahamut in the chest there, so now we gotta hope for a high-level summon to be able to use it. Though, seeing that this early, they might just be on the lookout for Conjure.
Apparently you were right, it is Berserker. It was a missalty of Dragoon. Yep, there is the confirmation. We got a bunch of wolf heads. I can see where you'd mistake it on Malcreos' side with the palette swap, especially with that blue up top.
Oh yeah, that really does look like the Dragoon armor.
To be fair, though, I love palette swap. Palette swap is something I really love about this game. And our first monster in a box, Gingy Gloves.
Nice, and the Pyramid Pages in World 3, that, we don't necessarily know we need that, but we might. I mean, if we're already going all the way to Fork Tower.
The White Mage Crystal.
Well, that's kind of a relief to find early. White Mage might not be the most powerful thing, but having some access to, like, life spells to avoid spending money on Phoenix Down, healing spells, like, it can be really handy to have access to that.
Oh, if you find Holy in Excess Castle, though, or in Silt Castle, it is the most powerful job to take down Exdeath 1.
Yeah, so it looks like Slack's left Tool behind and is headed to Surgate. This is another one of those locations that is just, it's a ton of shops in a very close location. There's a hint here, like, you might as well go here once you've gotten some money under your belt, because the payout's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, and somebody pointing out that Slow 2 was actually missed on Slack's side. He did not go to that back right check behind End Tool.
Yeah. Malc, meanwhile, has headed to Karnak. Kind of the same deal. Bunch of shops in close proximity. There's a hint here.
So, looks like Slack's not a fan of... Oh, Slash. Slash and Karnak's a big deal. Because it might...
Oh, yeah.
No, you go ahead. You can give the explanation on why this is a big deal.
Yeah, early on in the game, you really want to get going. One of the best ways to get going and get some power under your belt is to get some levels, and the fastest way to do that is to find a high-level boss you can just instant kill with something like Slash. So if they get lucky with finding Slash and then finding a right target for it, they can just basically get out the gate running.
So, one thing he did not pick up, he's not wanting to sell anything he has. So he's not selling the Defender Sword or anything like that in order to pick it up. He did buy equipped bows. I think I would sell Defender for Slash. I think Slash is that good. He's not going to do it, though. Oh, was it World 2 Bracelet? Is that the hint we missed?
Chat's catching hints. Like, I'm trying to catch them. Every time I look away to take notes, bam, there's another hint.
I know North Mountain has Sandworm Bait. And Waterway Path of Void. So I'm guessing the World 2 Bracelet hint was at Ruger? Or more. Or Kelb. I don't know where y'all he's been. Doesn't look like it's Kelb.
Yeah. Malc is headed out to North Mountain to go loot this place.
Oh, okay.
It's a bunch of free decent tier checks. Like, it's become pretty popular over the course of this tournament to do that.
So, Harry Valley, it feels like it's slow, but it's like probably like a third tablet's World 3. So that's probably our Fork Tower. Like Rainbow Suit. Like that's a good example right there. Here, Rainbow Suit is more late tier. It's probably somewhere 6 up. You usually don't find it pre-World 3. I've never seen it for sale in World 2, I don't think. But it's one of the Dancer's best pieces of equipment.
Yeah, assuming they manage to stumble into Dancer, anything that has the increased sword dance rate is very valuable for making Dancer essentially actually advantageous.
Like, I've enjoyed what both of them have done at the beginning. I think the only thing I wish Mal had committed to selling something else to pick up Slash.
Yeah, this Fiery Blizzard's pointing it out that Slash is fantastic for this check in particular, because this is one of the harder checks that's available immediately, but also one of the more potentially rewarding.
Yeah, if this is slashable, it's going to feel really bad. And it is slashable. Magisa is only slashable, not breakable.
Yeah. So Slack's also doing the more forest check at the Brave Blade and Chicken Knife. Finds white 5 and takes that over the wall ring, which, I mean, if they found the white... Oh, that's a Yoichi bow. We're really getting close to Berserking.
Well, it's gonna be more for Mal when he finds that, because he did pick up equip bows. Now, Mal's gonna go back and pick up. No, it's in. Yeah, he is. He's going back to Karnak to pick up Slash now. So what happened? And Dry, I thought he picked it up. So what happened, Dry, was he was selling stuff, but he wouldn't commit to selling something bigger, and he was sitting at 4K. He was sitting at just under the amount needed. So, slashing White Mage it is.
Yeah, and we did see the Black Mage Crystal. I can understand not picking it up just yet when you don't have any, like, solid magic for it.
Wait, where's Black Mage?
It's in More.
Oh, I would have picked it up. So, Black Mage is one of those jobs that just is super versatile. And again, that's something you usually don't find in a shop this early in the game. Like, you might not have stuff for it yet, but you will.
Yeah. The main question is just, like, do you want to dip into your limited funds for something that you can't necessarily use?
Like, look at this shop right there.
Yeah, there's Break and Doom, so we might see some consideration towards going
I
back.
think I'd be selling some stuff and going back and purchasing a certain job class. And see, this is twice. So both players got burned by not buying something when they first saw it. Waltz Meteor, Path of Void. It's an easier check. But both players got burned by skipping something that I think they should have snap bought, and now they're going to have to go back for it. And for Malcreos, it's a double dip of Hiryu Valley.
Yeah, for Slack, fortunately, the shop where he found those spells was still in more, so... but now we're going to get a look at the sealed castle.
There's Flare.
Here.
This is going to be a busted Black Mage Seed.
Oh, a whole Ragnarok. Time Magic 6, Phoenix, Excalibur. Wow, this is quite the sealed castle overall.
So,
here.
What would you pick?
Okay. Given Slack did find Black Mage, Flare's a must. Probably Time Magic 6.
Okay, I don't hate the Earth Hammer because they have Berserker. So, yeah. I'm in agreement with you on Flare and Time 6. Those would definitely be two of my picks as well. And I would either consider Leviathan or a sword. Like, I don't hate the sword pickup. The sword I would have picked up over the hammer.
Yeah, the thing about the Ragnarok it's worth noting is that, like, equipped sword is pretty reasonably findable in a shop. Like, you can take a fairly safe gamble that you're going to see equipped sword in one of the shops early in the game. And then you have access to the strongest weapon in the game,
So, Mal's already level 16. He went back and crushed the Hiryu Valley boss.
Don't think I saw a key item off of that. Oh, no, apparently that was Ifrit's Fire, actually.
I did not see the I didn't see the hint that he just got. I looked at him as he was healing, looked away, and looked back. Falls page, torn a canal. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So we do have 4 different Paths to the Void hints at this point. So we've got quite a bit of information. We know they might start overlapping with each other, so I wouldn't necessarily like jump to chase just those locations just yet, because there's probably going to be other things they're going to need. But
like right now they're both missing things the other one has, right? So it's kind of like 50-50 here. Like Mal's got Slash, which is a big deal early game. It is. It one-shots a lot of bosses. Anything that doesn't have the heavy flag. But on the other side you have Break and Doom on Black Mages. Which probably covers a broader range of bosses. So I think
Fiery's pointing out a lot of these Path to the Voids, we don't necessarily know what they're going to give, so they could all just be part of one long-ass chain.
Here's something you can't. Yeah, here's something you can't slash. Yeah, he's not set up good for that. I mean, he could just try to hit him down. It would take a bit, though. They probably got enough for 1 or 2 lives, a bomb. But if he ends up finding Black Mage, he'll just be able to cast a, level 2 spell targeting all of them and pretty much kill them all in one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, let's see what's in the bomb spot. That's Azalmagia. That's Apocalypse there. That's not instant killable, but they might have the tools to be able to finish that off already.
I think with the Berserker, yeah, the Berserkers are both going to be doing decent damage. And I don't even think that he has Yoichi yet. I don't think he's been to More yet. And when he gets to More, like, his power level just goes through the roof because he'll get Black Mage on top of this. Oh, we do get the Wind Shrine check. It's Timmy. Timmy is also slashable. Oh, Mirage Radar. So Mirage Radar is Path of Void. So that means Bahamut spot, the North Mountain. What did we say was at North Mountain? Sandworm bait.
Yeah, the sandworm bait's there, so we're nowhere into a bit of, or well, it might be the sandworm bait off of Magisa, and then something else in North Mountain that does happen.
Yeah, but we're at least in for a mini chain, more than likely.
Yeah. Unfortunately, nothing except a power ring off of Timmy, but there may be something off of the wind crystal rewards here.
Yeah, these rewards usually tend to be a little tiered a tiny bit higher than what's usually in World 1. Maneater's great, X-Zone's great. I don't think he picked up time 6 though. X-Zone would be a good substitute for Slash. Because he picked up what? Ragnarok, Flare, and the hammer?
Earth Hammer, yeah. So, might be heading back once they get another tablet. We do see the Antlion at the Adamantoise spot for Malc, which, again, just enough raw damage off those Berserkers to be able to just shrug it off and go to town.
And Windfox is giggling to himself. I actually don't know if they're front row or back row, Strider. I haven't really paid attention to which row he has them in. Oh, yep, all front row.
Yeah, that is something that I've noticed with a few different runners in this tournament. Is it oftentimes takes people a little while to think about, like, oh right, rows.
He kept
especially for bows. You can hide even the Berserkers in the back and take advantage of that. Slack does pick up the Falls Cave in the Falls page in the Torna Canal, which we knew was there. We don't necessarily know if that's going to be important, but we know it was there. And hey, sometimes having that in advance is nice.
Ooh, Sandworm. This is one that's good to get out early. I like getting rid of him early, but the Berserkers are going to be a little hit or miss here. There's the first miss, and he counters with Demi. So, Sandworm's not a particularly dangerous fight. It counters with Demis. Its regular attack does minimal damage, and it has a quicksand attack that does 60 damage and inflicts a drain on your health. But enough of these Demis hitting, and the 60 is going to be kind of dangerous.
Yeah, this is going to be just a long, slow suck of a fight.
Yeah, he's out.
He even chooses just like, no, we'll do that later.
Where was Chemist? I'm guessing Ship Graveyard?
Oh. We're on this already.
Okay, it's in a chest in the Ship Graveyard. Well, that's $12,000 they don't have to spend, because it's not in the shop. Alright, so he's going into World 2, which I do like. He's finally going to go get his Silk Castle. Nope.
Maybe
nope.
Not.
We're going to Kelp first.
For better or worse, there's the Stalker this early.
That's another good one to see early, but going to murderize the party here. Mind Blast is no joke.
Unfortunately, doesn't get the one shot on the Stalker. Does just a little bit too little damage. So now we're into nonsense territory.
Yeah, other than Mind Blast, Stalkers aren't really hard. They're just annoying. It's a long fight. With no sleep, targets are random.
Yeah, for those who only sort of know about Stalker as like the changing targets boss, if you can finish off Stalker in a single hit, like all the targets will be valid on the first attack, and if you can finish it off in one hit, then there you go. If you don't, then the real gimmick of the fight starts. But looks like Slack has managed to pull through it.
Yeah, he got a Yoichibo crit on the correct target.
That'll do it.
Alright, so I'm gonna say we're gonna get a Ball Castle boss check. Yeah, and here it goes.
Yeah, just a Lamia's Tiara off of the boss for that, but...
The boss check we're getting on the left has a low HP, but high experience yield. And it's slashable.
Yeah, better hope the slash lands on this one. This is a nasty boss to have live.
And it's not so much the big guy; it's the little guys.
Yeah, that's that's what I mean. Is like slash can potentially miss just because there's multiple different targets like this,
And it's these pollens, like you're gonna see that pollen hit. Luckily, you didn't get charmed, but those pollens are nasty. They got anything from paralyzed to old, charm. I think they got a poison pollen. Berserkers can't be charmed. Okay.
yeah, I guess being permanently berserk would override that.
Yeah. See, I'm a runner at this game, but I still don't have all the knowledge of this game. But
This game is too big.
if you want all the knowledge, speak to Dryzalizer, and he's our encyclopedia, as evidenced by chat. Dryzopedia.
Yeah, especially with the like tons of new possibilities that open up that you run into due to the randomizer. Like, there is always more to discover about this game.
Yeah, I'm learning something every week. Like this game's ridiculous on the wealth of knowledge you can get in it. Different interactions with different spells. I
think yesterday we found out, for instance, that if Iron Claw transforms, he doesn't give experience.
I found my first. I've killed my first Omega, and the only reason because it was killable by Death Potion.
Amazing.
It was actually weak to dead, and that's how the dude in Mirage that tells you the weakness said it. He said it's weak to dead.
So we're checking out the North Mountain check.
Easy boss.
Yeah, we'll have to see if this has the sandworm bait or not.
This, for anyone who's used to like free enterprise or anything, like other guard fights, this is probably our freest boss in the game. Because you kill the main guard and the pups are just like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, it's vulnerable to like every different form of instant death. The HP's divided up between the different targets. As long as you actually kill the captain first and let the pups run off, you're good.
Yeah, and for those... Oh, yeah, this sandworm bait. So that means we got something else sitting on the Bahamut spot that we need.
Yeah.
What if it's Elder Branch at the Bahamut spot?
Oh, we could be in an absolute trip still.
Who in chat wants to see Elder Branch at the Bahamut spot to get into Fork? I mean, it could be free bosses, but it could be really rude too.
Yeah, so we do find Sol Cannon and another one of the meteors. This isn't a particularly dangerous boss. I think it's just waiting on the berserkers to kill it.
Well, so the annoying part with Soul Cannon is the missiles he shoots inflict the old status, which on your berserkers is really bad. So every time they take a turn, their damage will be decreased significantly. I think it's halved every time.
It's just a steady level drain, I believe. So we'll see. Like, it'll drop down in steps probably about every 2 attacks or so.
Like, we might not get to see the old berserker get another hit. Nah, it's done. But like, I don't remember what the hit before that was, but it definitely drains your physical attackers very quickly.
Yeah, when we're still at relatively low to mid levels, every like -1 or 2 levels, you see that multiplier drop off real quick. But that was the bracelet, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Waterway was Path of Void, so we had that hint. He went and chased it down. He just got that hint just a few seconds ago. But yeah, that's kind of a big deal. We've got Mirage Radar, Bracelet. We know 1 tablet's in World 3. For sure. We know both the Bahamut Spot and Fork Tower are required.
Yeah, this actually puts us in kind of a sneaky situation because, as far as the hints go, our runners have extremely little information they can actually do anything with. Um, like they know they've got to go to the Mirage radar location eventually, but they need to get the anti-barrier first, and there's no more remaining like direct hits to where that is.
Yeah.
They need to find the Elder Branch somewhere in order to get into the Moor Forest and the Fork Tower.
So we just got one of the hints we didn't know. A Walls Tower of some sorts on Path to Void. So we either need the Walls Tower key, or we need the sub for the underwater.
Yeah. So again, our runners are. I'd almost be a little worried at this point because this means it really is down to like who can make checks the fastest and who makes the right checks, and they don't know what the right checks are.
And this also could come down to a lot of nasty World 3 checks. Because we already know Bahamut and Fork are required. If Underwater Walls is required on the timer too, and it's any kind of particularly nasty boss in that high HP go-go location. So, here's something interesting. Mal is in the Silk Castle, has not been to Moor yet, so does not know that Black Mage is on the table.
Yeah, Mal's actually done a ton without coming here, which is kind of a surprise to me. Like I can half understand it, but we do find Twin Tanya at Shiva's location, which thank goodness that's an easy low HP location to find Twin Tanya.
So Mal's going to take things, I think. Yeah, he's taking things based off of not knowing Black Mage is available. So he took Excalibur, he took the Judgment Staff, which Staff of Judgment's a very good staff. For anybody who doesn't know, if you use it out of your inventory, it casts a spell. So very useful. Also, pretty high attack power too. And then he took Time 6, which I think is just a good all-around choice. And again, that's just a lack of knowledge for not knowing that Black Mage is in play. Which I'm assuming he's going to find out shortly. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if he checks more very highly. But he might be heading that way now. Nope, back to Stargate. What did he leave in here that he wants? Oh, he's just not looted it? He's just not looted it. So we saw another meteor clear. Nothing gotten from it.
Yeah,
So
Slack seems to be just targeting the quick, easy checks, more or less in line with things, which at this point probably kind of is the right move. Like Malk might have a level advantage, but
Slack has a clear advantage so far, like as far as checks cleared. He's also got Chemist advantage, which, giving everything that Mal has, Mal may not check the chest and ship graveyard and may never find Chemist.
yeah, that's quite possible.
Which means he's going to rely on finding either Mix later if he misses it, or the Hero Song at this point.
Which I have seen Malk buying like Speed Song up and stuff, so
Yeah, he's very high on the Bard songs. Like, he is high on them. Slack apparently not so much. Slack didn't even give a second glance at even Speed Song, which is arguably one of the best.
yeah, Slack is running into the fun that is Sandworm when you have Berserkers. Although at least Slack has a couple characters who have a little more manual control.
Yeah, a little bit better setup.
Oh, that is double grip over on Mal's side. That's an interesting find for potential use with Berserker.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if he is going to go check more at all, or if he's going to wait on it. It looks like he's going to wait on it. So that Black Mage, neither one of them look like they have Black Mage, because I would assume that if Slack had picked it up, he'd be using it, considering Break and Doom were both on the table.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I did see Slack pick it up. Like, I definitely remember him going back to it.
Oh, does Mount... Well, even then, I think both Break and Doom were in More as well. So
Yeah,
if he hasn't been to More, he doesn't have the crystal or either spell. Like, Moore's holding all the goodies for Black Mage. We have the Adamantite.
That just gives us even more places to look.
So, Adamantite's interesting. Adamantite is 2 checks, with the first check having a really high HP. Like, we're talking like, what is it, like 10, upwards of 10k on the Soul Cannon spot?
Yeah, I want to say it's...
I want to say 12.
It's enough to actually be, like, potentially dangerous if you run into the wrong boss there.
11? Okay. That's probably... I'm wanting to say somewhere around 10, 12, so 11's probably right. 11.5.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the dryalizer to come out and be like 11,850 or whatever the exact is.
Yeah. Malc's out here starting to do the World 1 checks as well, because they're quick, they're effective.
So Mal does have time 6. He snapped that up, so he has access to X Zone now. But he already had Slash, so for him that's not as big of a deal.
Yeah, Slack stopping off to get the hint, but not actually do the first fight in the Ancient Library, which we know is correct, because you can find the Ifrit's Fire already.
Yeah, and Slack's going Catapult. So Slack's clearing World 1 really quickly.
Yeah, Malc has the advantage of having already cleared, like, the 3 World... Or I guess 2 of the World 2 checks, which have definitely given him a level advantage, but...
No, you're right, he's cleared 3. He's cleared,
Oh, did he do Waterway?
Yeah, he did Waterway because that's where the bracelet
right, that
was.
had the bracelet, yeah.
Like, see, there's Fire too. And that's just giving us more and more usefulness out of that Black Mage Crystal. So this is an interesting start to a seed. It's not really fast, but you've got a lot of damage output, so you're not really worried about anything. And like this fight, he's going to have to manually go through it, which again, Yoichibo, not going to take too long. But if you had the Black Mage with the Doom spell, you just Doom it and it's over.
Yeah, there's been a few different like instant kill methods available, but none of the like not quite a fully. Oh, that's the Elder Branch. Oh boy.
Catapult's required. Well, no Elder Branch sitting on Bahamut spot. So now Bahamut spot's gonna have the sub key for probably Trench and Underwater Wolf, both required.
Oh god.
Oh, Float's a good one.
Yeah, Float is, especially given we know they have access to time magic, Float is a very nice security thing to find. It might only matter in 2 fights, but the moment that you run into, like, Catastrophe at Twintania's spot, you're really glad to have Float.
Yeah, because you're really only worried about Catastrophe anywhere in the mid to late game, or Titan in the early game.
Yeah, and just the convenience for, like, the Great Trench in Exdeath's Castle to not have to worry about the damage floors.
Yeah, that's what I'm banking on, Fiery. Exactly what you just said.
Yeah, we do know there's a key item at Moore, which might be a decent target, if not for the fact that it is a bit of a scarily... Like, it's one of the harder World 2 checks. So it's a scary thing. There's a decent chance that's where the anti-barrier is, because we know that actual location is going to give something.
So I think if Mal goes into Moore and sees Black Mage with Break and Black, he already has Slash in X Zone. He's not going to be scared of any boss that's in there, because if it's killable in any sort of easy way, he's got everything to cover it at that point. We see a Bahamut at Shiva, or not Shiva? Is it Shiva?
This is the Chimera Brain, the Lonka Runes meteor.
Lonka meteor. Okay. I'm seeing one run up Walt's Kingdom, and the other one fighting Bahamut. Ooh, that was a nasty wind slash. That almost killed some people.
Yeah, just enough HP in this spot to be a little bit risky, but I don't think we should see anything too bad.
Yeah, his Earth Hammer's just not doing anything.
Yeah, and then the other major damage dealer gets flared.
Well, we got the Mimic ability and a Dancing Dagger. We probably already seen Walt's Kingdom. I probably just wasn't paying attention to when the boss died.
Pyromance, a lot of things are going to be immune to Earth. And if something's immune to an Earth spell, like Summoning Titan or the Quake off Earth Hammer, it just literally will not bother playing the animation. So.
And we get an Avis Killer Bow, which is another pretty good bow. It's probably, what, third best bow?
Something like that, yeah. There's a number of, like, pretty usable bows. Finally seeing the Sandworm check done.
Because I think in my rankings, I would count Yoichi as the number 1, even though the game doesn't think so based on damage. Artemis is number 2, and then I think Avis would be 3. And
Hey, Greg.
It's Greg 4 too, which you kind of want to kill him pretty quickly, or else you get the long script, which then means when you fight Necro later, you get another long script.
Yeah, fortunately, this is at a low enough HP location that just rushing him down and forcing the kill is actually going to be pretty reasonable. Yeah, there it is. Just allow me a tiara for that, though, unfortunately.
We got bow-wielding white mages in the front row. Oh, Gelbo triggered X-Fight.
Oh, no.
And only one hit. Oh, man. Oh, we finally got a Black Mage purchase from, I'm guessing, Slack. So he didn't have the Black Mage before this point, okay. That makes a lot more sense on his setup. He would have been able to kill a few things a lot faster, though, with that.
Yeah, a little bit of time lost, but otherwise has been able to tear through checks.
So, we didn't catch that. The other thing that dropped from the Adamantite was the hero song. So even if Mal doesn't get Chemist, he's pretty set. As long as he finds some way to nullify Life Shield or nullify White Holes.
And even then, you can just like brute force through it, but definitely it's preferable to have a way to deal with that. I believe we have seen Sing.
Yes. I think Mal already bought it, honestly. One of them bought it. What was in here? Was this a Stalker fight instead of library?
No, the one we ran from in the library was Perobros.
Okay, that's why he's putting on black. Okay, somebody was asking why he's putting on black 4, and I was like, I know there's a reason. He's going to use level 2 magic to multi-target.
Yeah, this location is low enough HP that it is possible to use.
Oh, is he? Yeah, he still has Zergers.
No, that's no Zergers.
Yeah, he's just going to be bolt 2ing the entire thing. He does have break spell, so he has break and black, or break and doom then, which I think means that Ruger had both the spells, or Kelb, with Black Mage being in Moor. Because I know for a fact that Mal hasn't been to Moor yet, and he has break spell.
Okay. The library does at least constitute some checks we haven't seen yet. Let's see what comes out of it. There's the Ninja Crystal and the Anti-Barrier.
Okay, big deal. Unhinted anti-barrier behind poor Ouroboros in the library.
Yeah, we know there's some stuff that's we're gonna have to just like stumble across somewhere or another. So kind of a good thing to see it in that early spot, so that we don't have to go to the Elder Branch to get Anti-Barrier.
So Dry was like, I don't like going back to the Ouroboros here, and then he gets anti-barrier and is like, ooh, required. No, yeah, I love the ninja job. Ninja's great.
Yeah, so here's a spot where Slack is going to suffer a little bit, because a lack of slash and stuff, but fortunately the divided up HP does mean nothing is too dangerous.
And we do have the Titan spot, so the reason I said Titan was kind of dangerous in the early game is he does an attack called Earthshaker when you defeat him. It's his end of fight script. It roughly deals about 400 to 500 health per person. So with the health he has, everybody should survive the Earthshaker pretty easy. Should see it take about 500, 400 off of each person, yeah.
Yeah, Mal either missed the shop with float or just didn't bother with the time because probably going to go heal up after this anyway. Only gets a ribbon for all that trouble, but that might actually be useful if they want to do Bard strats later.
But you also got to realize it's also 17,500 gil.
No, that's true.
Ribbons are almost 20 grand by themselves. They're kind of ridiculous. So, Mount is going to go check Catapult. We do know this is required. Ooh, he almost warp sharded. We do know this is required because it's the Elder Branch. Which I think we kind of want him to get the Elder Branch. If he gets the Elder Branch, I think he's going to find Black Mage. Still don't see, even if Slack's bought it, I still don't see him using it. He definitely bought it.
I wonder if it's just a personal playstyle thing. I know some people prefer certain jobs, and some people really dislike certain jobs.
Yeah, it's just having all that instant death, though. Like, this is doomable. I'm pretty sure she's doomable. She's definitely slashable. Let me pull up my handy dandy little chart that we got made by Strizer. No, she's actually not. She's just not heavy. So Magisa is one of the weird ones. Usually, most of the things that aren't heavy and are killable by doom effects like that are also killable by regular doom effects. Magisa apparently is not.
Yeah, instant kill immunity in this game is a weird mixture of things checking for different things. Slack does pick up the Ifrit's Fire, which should hopefully point him towards the Ancient's Library to pick up the Anti-Barrier.
I'm curious where Strizer's going to go after this. Like, I think he's going to go do Lonka Meteor. Might as well. Slack's headed over towards Library.
Yeah, Stryzer's gonna hang out and chat. Malk's gonna go to the Wikipedia.
I was reading Stryzer's little frog thing, trying to figure out what it was. I just said his name because I was looking at it. Well, originally Stryzer was in this tournament. So we could have been talking about Stryzer here, but no, we all enjoy Stryzer. Stryzer made our tracker for us, and the tracker that we use nowadays is really detailed. So if you're new, heavily recommend you go to Emo Tracker, download Stryzer's pack. It is a great new player utility.
Yeah, it's exceptionally thorough. Slack, unfortunately, due to the decision to do some berserking, is basically opting to brute force the Bros, and then decides against that.
And I'm also sure Mal won't mind me calling him Stryzer, because Stryzer's the one who got Mal into playing this game in the first place.
Yeah, so both of them seem to be wrapping up checks that they've done previously, or like the other one has done at this point. Though we'll have to see where Melt goes next, which looks to be more, finally.
I could also see that, Blizzard. So we're finally getting more check from Malcreos. He's going to get the hint here, and then he's also going to do his shops. And I'm going to be interested to see what he thinks. Now, here's something interesting. We know a Walls Tower is required. We also know trench pages in World 1. So, sub at Bahamut, Walls Tower, key, and fork for trench.
Yeah, this could be a seed. Is how we'll put that.
Is this going to be a fun seed? We'll let the runners decide after. For the viewers, I think it's going to be a fun seed. I think we're in for no less than probably 2 hours.
Yeah, this is definitely not going to be a jet seed.
I think Mal reset to check the other one because the first chest wasn't that great. Second chest wasn't that great either. But he will be happy when he finds this Black Mage. Well, so they're both gonna already be stressed because it's a tournament match, and their tournament lives are on the line. Oh, there's Dancer. Oh, he thought about it. Okay. And oh no, he's Dancer over Black Mage. Wow.
I mean, they've got like rainbow suits and stuff. Like
I would sell something and pick up both, honestly. But he's just not even going to go back and pick it up, or is he? Maybe?
So in terms of who's ahead, they've both got the same number of key items. I think Malk has a little bit of a level advantage, though at this point both of them are very near to like full clearing all the World 1 and 2 checks that they need to do. Like they're actually very, very close, even if they're physically in different locations.
So I'm gonna have to mess with Mal on that. He went out and into that shop 3 times to figure out if he wanted Black Mage or not. And that Defender that he refused to sell earlier for Slash, he finally sold it to get Black Mage. But yeah, you can't, this early in the game, we're not going to be able to give you any kind of who's in the lead. They're both done similar checks. They both have access to World 3 if they want to go take the dive in there. They both have access to more Forest, which we know is required because Fork Tower is required, which is where Mal's headed right now. I mean, to be fair, I'll just say Fenry. Yeah, the Black Mage is one of those jobs, when you found Doom and Break, you just snap it up. There shouldn't even be a thought. You found essentially the 2 best utility spells for that class, other than just the actual magic spells themselves. And you know Flare is sitting for you if you find another tablet. So you get really high, and there's Fire 3. So, I mean...
Yeah.
And we haven't seen, 3 bosses that are hyper weak to fire, and they have Fire 3 already?
Yeah, so that works in their advantage. Slack's opted to head up to the Lonkaroons.
And that is a rude Minotaur.
Yeah, at the very least, Slack does have the physical damage options here with the bows, and everybody's in the back row. So he'll probably be able to just, like, brute force through this.
Yeah, you're definitely wanting your crits on your Yoichi bow. This is, it's going to take about 10 shots with both of them. So 5 rounds, but he's not hitting too hard, so he should be okay.
Yeah, it is worth noting that we do know that we have to do the more forest, but there's also enough gaps in our knowledge of, like, major key items that we don't, like, we're still going to probably be looking for items.
This seed right here is a good example of how good your note taking is going to be. There's a lot to keep up with so far on what's where, and there's a lot of chains and stuff you know is needed. So, like they got told Waltz Meteor earlier was Path Avoid, it dropped the Mirage Radar, which means now we know that the Bahamut spot in the back of North Mountain is on path.
Yeah. Well, Slack knows that. Malc actually doesn't yet. Malc hasn't been to the first North Mountain check. And when he goes there, he might pick up the sandworm bait and just abandon ship, only to find out that the sandworm bait was not actually the item that it was referring to.
Well, no, because Waltz Meteor had the Mirage Radar specifically. That does mean the second check is required.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, he doesn't know whether it's sandworm bait or not.
Yeah, that's my note-taking slightly failing.
No, you're good. Like I said, this is what this is going to be. This is what's going to be important for this. Is how good is your note-taking. The dancer probably should be in the front.
Yeah. Malc is, once again, Rose. Also, Califisteri in this spot is not something I'd be super happy to see. Callo doesn't really have any easy ways to kill her. Does have decent damage and will eventually get it, but this is a pretty high HP spot for World 2.
It's actually going to be rough, because the drain counters are going to do a lot. And with wall up on Callo, you're not really going to be able to get too much. Like, I like him hasting right here, but he needs to front row this dancer. He's losing half damage. Every round that dancer's in the back, he's losing damage. Like, that might have been 8 to quad 9s on that crit. Front row.
Yeah, it probably would have been.
Oh, it is going to dispel the wall. It's probably not going to end up mattering that he has him in the back row, but is losing damage. So, my gut feeling says that we know probably where 2 tablets vaguely are. But I think we have 1 tablet that's still off in the wind with no hints currently. But we do have access to 2 hints in World 3 that we have access as soon as we get there. And we have if the trench page is found from World 1, we have access to 3 more hints. Which could fill in our gaps.
Yeah, I suppose theoretically it's possible, depending on what comes off of the more forest check here and what's in the Fort Tower, that we do actually, like, potentially have all the information we need. But it feels like it's a fairly small potential at this point.
Well, so I don't think we definitely didn't get the trench page off the first check of Flying Lanka. So we do have Necro up there in the Arcava spot, which it's good to find him earlier rather than later. Always.
Yeah. End game necrophobia, or like early game necrophobia, is kind of just an irritant. Endgame Necrophobia starts off the fights by bouncing flares and holies, and probably just acting as a raw, like, does your party have enough HP check.
So, for anybody who doesn't know, this randomizer does have a little bit of difference in the enemy AI, depending on location. Necro can go as far down as level 1 spells, like he is right now. And as high as Flare and Holy as the spells that his barrier casts anywhere in the void, which is like his vanilla AI. Can be really nasty when it's in a required spot. We got only a shoat from Moor Forest.
Oh, that's interesting. So that means we didn't get a key item out of this. So at most, we're going to get 2 relevant key items out of Fort Tower. But we're still essentially blind on 3 different tablets, so we still just need to find things.
And see, that works on a lot of different bosses too. So that works on stuff like, what's a good example? Like Catastrophe having Quake late game, but not early game. Ifrit gaining Flare in later AIs, like in the Void AIs. I'm trying to think. Do you know any others off the top of your head?
I know which version of Bolt Ramu cast scales a bunch. By the way, Slack did just find the big bridge key off of Adamantoise, so the chase continues.
And it does. Wow. So big
At
bridge.
least the big bridge is a pretty quick access check.
Yeah, and something we're not hinted at. We got no Baron hints this seed in the first 10. Which is, you're only guaranteed to get 0 to 3 of those. And Mal is going back to check North Mountain before going in Excess Castle.
That's kind of a surprise.
He's second guessing it.
Yeah. Considering he already has the tools to get to Excess Castle, and knowing that he already has the Mirage Radar, it's like you can check the first North Mountain spot on the way to Bahamut anyway.
Yeah, he put it off for this long. I would have just waited. I would have cleared EDC, because I think Excess Castle is a bigger... Excess Castle is the thing you don't want to gamble skip. And but I think Mal was also watching another seed where people got burned by skipping this check. Like, a lot of people who get burned are getting burned by early skips.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of our runners have been watching other runners' races, so they're seeing a lot of these getting burned.
Yeah, if they watched my race yesterday, that race was almost entirely decided by a whole bunch of World 1 checks actually having key items we had no idea were there.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't done it. Yeah, Malcreos hasn't even done Canal yet. So what do we have left in World 1? Steamship, Waltz Tower. That it?
Yeah, I think that's it as far as World 1 checks go. World 2 checks, the only ones that's available that neither of them has done at this point is the Excess Castle checks. Whether or not they necessarily feel ready for it yet, they gotta go it. They gotta go to World 3.
Yeah, so... Well, no, what I'm thinking is Trench Page is in World 1. So that means Trench Page is probably in the Waltz Tower. It's a 33% chance. Which means we're probably searching for Waltz Tower key somewhere. And sub key. Yeah, Ramu in the later spots deals a lot of damage and can easily one-shot any click character he hits with any of his magic. It deals anywhere from like 1.5 to 2k most of the time, and he can be quick. I always recommend anytime you see stuff like Slash, Doom, Break, anything like that, buy it when you get the chance. It is worth the investment, and I love the strat That I love the bouncing. It kind of feels like he plays a lot of FF4, and it kind of feels like that. Hey, we got a bathroom break.
Nice.
But it kind of feels like he plays a lot of free enterprise, because a lot of free enterprise they use reflect strats, especially for like reflecting nukes on the end boss.
Yeah. Oh, Malc had to reset there due to still having a berserker in the party.
Aw. Well, at least he's just upstairs. But this is actually a good. Here's something. He doesn't have chemist. He's probably never gonna get chemist given the spot it's in.
Yeah, that's quite possible. Though we have established like bards there, but that does not give immunity to white holes. So
No, and if we don't see Aegis shields purchasable in Mirage, which I think is pretty much one of the few shops we have left. Yeah, Mal might have to wade through white holes, which is a really dangerous situation.
or ribbons are an option too. Does have
Yep.
access to the dancer job.
Horde ribbons, or he can get big guard or shell to kind of nullify the chance it hits.
Oh, Slack mistimed things and cast a spell after Wall had worn off there.
So Go-Go over there is our resident mimic. If you can't one-shot him, which at this point neither runner can, where he's at, you have to wait about 3 minutes. So if you're wondering why Mal is just sitting there, not doing absolutely a thing, that's how you win the Go-Go fight. But in reward for doing this, you get 200 ABP. So you get 200 job points, essentially. That, yeah, it goes a long way to maxing out jobs.
I mean, so Fiery Blizzard, there are ways to deal enough damage to Go-Go involving like multi-hit abilities and stuff, but other than like World 1 checks, I just honestly would not risk screwing with Go-Go and pissing him off.
Nope, because he likes to spam Meteo once you make him mad. And Meteo does not care what level you are. It deals a randomized damage between essentially like 500 to 2500. I've seen 0, or I've seen close to 0. I've seen double digits, but I've mostly seen 500 to 2500.
Yeah, it does respect your magic defense and shell, but that's it. And
so while we're seeing the rehash of the Callow fight and the bathroom break that is a Go-Go, let's go ahead and plug a couple things here. Our runners are putting on a show for you. There's both of their Twitch channels if you'd like to follow them. Also, we do have kind of a front and background crew. I'm restreaming and calming along with Garlisle and comms, and we got Ike here in the background clicking buttons to make sure you see what items each one of them has, as well as giving us shoutouts when we get information wrong.
yeah, Iker's doing a fantastic job today at keeping eyes everywhere when we just cannot.
And there's a link to our randomizer. So our randomizer has information on how to roll a seed. Also has a link to the wiki. Some of the information in the wiki is a little off. I know people were saying stuff about some of the chest counts and stuff in certain areas, but most of it's right. Also, there's a link to our Discord. Feel free to join our Discord. There's a water cooler channel, which is like our general channel. If you have any questions about anything, you're starting to run a seed, you run into a brick wall, feel free to post your question in there. People will talk about it. People will answer it. Also, there is a Go Live channel. If you put Final Fantasy V Career Day, or it might just react to just Career Day, anywhere in your Twitch title while you're in that server, it'll link us that you're going live. So that way people can come watch, and if you don't mind backseat gaming, you'll probably get a lot of advice that way.
So the go-go fight has ended, and unfortunately, all of our reward for it was a bathroom break. We do find medio and the night crystals, though, as we ascend the castle.
Well, well, that's 2 chests that exist.
Yeah, that is really 2 chests. Medio, we were just mentioning it. Medio's damage is completely independent of the user's level, and it's expected you don't get access to it till the very end of the game. So it's an extremely powerful spell for Time Mages to use. Not the fastest to animate, but you can expect like 4,000 to 6,000 damage per cast.
And there's Golem. So we have Golem and Shoat. We have Medio. We have Doom and Break. So we have some in 3.
we have the Night Crystal now as well. And I know Slack at least picked up a Ragnarok. So when Slack comes here, Slack's going to be really happy to see that.
We'll see. Mal picked up Excal.
Yeah, that's slightly weaker, except against the upcoming X-Death fight, where if that's wielded with double grip, that's gonna be like 9999s probably.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun X-Death, and it's gonna be a fun rest of the scene. I think even with the trolls, I think we're probably gonna be like 2.5 hours. I think it's gonna be a good guess. Given the knowledge we have?
Yeah, we do have a lot of speed, so as long as these runners are like consistently good at what they're doing, even if we end up chasing a whole lot of blanks at this point. We did see a panda over at the big bridge.
Oh, there's the steamship key.
Oh. There's another path to potentially chase. God, that's like the 3-item chain at this point. If that steamship key doesn't pay out with a tablet or another key item at all, like, oh boy.
Yeah, and as you see, someone in Twitch chat posted a question and immediately got like 5 answers and opinions on it.
Yeah. The question being whether or not, given the choice, it's better to take the Excalibur or the Ragnarok in a seed like this. And there is definitely a good case for Excalibur. There's a couple bosses that it just absolutely doesn't work on, though. Like a surprising number of things in this game absorb Holy, including Biblos, who you can never do Holy damage to in the base game. You can't get it that early.
Yeah, so I think in a vacuum, I think it is correct to take the stronger weapon overall if you think you're going to use it. Like, I agree that Ragnarok is probably the correct choice. Especially, see, it's kind of risky. If you have six choices in the Silk Castle, then yeah, you can just take both, right? But not having the second tablet before going in here, it's a gamble, right? You either bait that you're going to have enough damage to get through X steps without, which with the Ragnarok you're still going to be doing a couple thousand.
With Ragnarok and double grip, which I know at least one of our runners found, yeah, it's still enough damage, but definitely I can see where like bringing it specifically because of an X death, like let's see. Hey, it's Carl Boss. And Vanilla Liquid Flame? What is this?
So, Corlabos, the Red Lobster, is only weak to level 5 Doom, which neither one of our runners have, so this is going to be a... He is also weak to Bolt, so we're going to see him probably just slam some spells on him. I would slam Medio, honestly. But,
yeah.
Liquid Flame is weak to Slash. So, yeah. Slack has Slash, but just burn through it anyways.
It is like a 3,000-4,000 HP spot. You don't have to worry too much about it.
So nothing from Steamship 1.
Yeah, we'll have to see if at least the Karnak Castle pays out with something. Hopefully something off the boss check at the end. And if not, hopefully we see like a chicken knife or something really powerful to make up for all this time invested. Or, wait, Slack's just skipping chests.
I don't like this. So, There was a point in time I was told when people would do exactly what Slack's doing, and that's why they raised the tier of the chests in here. So the tier of the chests in the castle right here started about probably like 5, which means you can get up to tier 8 out of 9, which means you can get things like chicken knife, summoner. You can get things that only would appear in World 3, the Mirage shops, or in the Silk Castle itself.
Yeah, plus you've got the monster in boxes here, which are
Well, that's the ones. That's the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah,
those are the ones that are guaranteed to be higher. And we do get a shrine page.
Oh, the ride never ends. Unfortunately, Slack does decide to just leave all that loot behind, so
he can't get it anymore either. It's gone. So I'm gonna be curious if Mal goes back for that. Like if Mal ever has to do the big bridge to if he ends up checking those 3 chests and what those 3 chests end up being.
Yeah. We do run into Galura, and I believe we're at the Guildford spot now.
It's actually pretty easy. If he has a summoner, which he does, he could have just showed it. He could also... What, is it heavy? I can't remember if this one's ever heavy. Nope. It getting hit by X-Zone answered that question. And nothing. So all 3 checks in X-Death Castle are nothing.
Oh, goody.
Which
at least they weren't like majorly time consuming. Like, well.
Oh, okay. The Carbuncle spot was a hero you call. I take that back.
Oh, okay.
The Go-Go fight and the Gilga 4 Galura fight were nothing. Garula, right? Is it the R before the L? Is it the L before the R or the R before the L? I can never remember. The thing dies too fast. Depends which version. Okay.
Yeah, Knight is in one of the chests as we go up X-Death's Castle, so that's definitely a good time to find Knight.
I don't think this is going to be a dangerous X-Death fight. He's got Golem, he's got Excal, he's got Meteo.
Yeah.
And a Dancer.
So it is worth noting at the moment, like, Slack is at the basement of the castle and Malk's at the top, which you'd think for anybody who's just joining us recently means that Malk is essentially advantaged here, is out in front. But Slack's done this entire item chain that began with the Adamantoids, and Malk hasn't touched the Lunkaroons. And we still don't know if this item chain ends up paying out. If there's actually a tablet in the Solitary Shrine, they're a lot closer than it was.
It might even be advantage Slack at that point. It just depends on where everything falls. So we don't really have a lot of good hints right now. We're going to get 2 more when we get into World 3, which could help a lot. The only things we know for sure is Mirage Radar is required, so Bahamut Spot's required for something. More than likely something leading either to the Trench Page or the Subkey, and Fork Tower is required. Now, we do know 100% that Walls Tower has the Trench Page, by the way, in World 1.
Yeah, if it turns out that Fork Tower actually has 2 different required items, like, it gives us, like, 2 tablets or something, then it might turn out that we've actually known where basically close to everything is, but that'll be something.
I do want to ask Slack if, or chat, not Slack. I do want to ask chat if, does the game sound okay? Because I have it turned down on my end, but I don't know how soft or loud it is for you guys. If you guys can even hear it at all.
Yeah, Pyromance brings up a good point, which is that
okay, thank you guys.
Those decisions were probably made under the expectation they'd have seen another tablet by now, which it's actually fairly rare to run a seed of this game and not see any additional tablets until you're in World 3. Like, this is a bit of a rare situation.
Yeah, sometimes you end up with the seeds like this, and Slack's pretty much told us there is no tablet available prior to World 3. And we are getting the straight to Mirage, which I wouldn't expect anything less. We definitely need to pay attention to what's in the shops here and what is in the 2 hints. Equip sword all the way in Mirage. Oof.
Well, I was right that it's usually in the store. There's some running shoes and some gold hairpins, but those are really expensive items. And I think somebody mentioned seeing the samurai crystal on the way up the castle too. So funding is something that you start to keep in the back of your head, because Guild Toss is the fastest way to deal with Neo-X.
I think there might have been, I don't know if it was the samurai crystal inside there or if it was we were talking about things that could have been in Burning Karnak. There's Aegis Shields. So that right there means that him missing Mix or Chemist is not going to be a big deal at all.
Yeah, that's that problem solved pretty much right now.
As long as he finds Mimic or Freelancer. He does have to find Mimic or Freelancer at this point. Or Samurai itself. Okay, hints incoming. Nope. He's going to go in the back and get him.
Through the back, yeah.
Yeah, I think he double guessed himself and forgot what he was doing. Ancient Library, North Mountains, Path of Void. That doesn't tell us much.
Yeah, that doesn't tell us anything we don't already know. It might get Malc to go chase after the Sandworm bait, because I don't think he actually finished through that check.
I thought he did do Sandworm, but what was on Sandworm? Nothing?
Nothing. We know it's a dead end.
So whatever it is behind Bahamut. Like, he has to do the Bahamut check. And he's second guessing that too. Oh, he's going to go check the shops, yeah. Well, we got a Waltz Meteor. Oh god, Summoner and Time Mage and Mix and Blue.
And Blue. What
that is
that shop?
That is a shop that you sell your inventory for. I think that's a shop you literally sell your entire inventory and don't even care. You know, I think you sell that Wind Spear.
I mean, at this point...
I don't think he has to buy Mix, but I think I buy everything but Mix. I definitely think I buy Summoner.
Yeah, Summoner for sure, especially knowing that
he didn't buy
Leviathan and Bahamut are in the sealed castle. Even if you don't stumble into Guild Toss at this point, you can sing up your levels, sing up Speed Song, and then just spam Leviathan. I think they found the Mimic ability earlier too, so...
Yeah, by the way, he didn't buy Summoner. He only bought Blue and Mix.
I mean, alright. I disagree, but alright.
Well, I think he also knows how to do, Dark Shock level 3 flare strats. I think he showed it off in a race before. I think he knows how to level edit Neo X Death. Yeah, Vaughn's confirming he does. Yeah, that's actually a really hard strat to learn exactly how to take best advantage of. It's how to level edit bosses. There's an ability in this game called Dark Shock from Blue. Doesn't have the most amazing chance to hit ever, but it has the level of anything it hits, and I don't remember which way it rounds. That's how little I know about it.
Yeah. So, Mishtal, Malc has completed Xdeath's Castle, which Slack is just nearing the end of. Technically, he has a little bit of a time advantage. However, we've still got some blanks in our knowledge about what we actually have to do this seed. And Slack has completed basically like a 4 or 5 item chain at this point that Malc has barely started. If it turns out that item chain actually pays off when we get to the shrine at the end of it.
Oh boy, this is
Slack
rude.
could have an advantage. This is, yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, we talk about rude bosses. You're gonna back row everyone for this fight, and you're gonna pray you can get a golem off before somebody dies.
Yeah. So one thing about the Bahamut spot here is Bahamut's one of the highest World 3 HP checks. The Guardians are not a boss that you want to see have high HP. You really don't.
They are slashable. So your goal here is to get Golem off, maybe haste 2, and then start slashing.
I mean,
and praying.
They are slashable, but they have a base level of I think it's 77, which means like just the base chance of slash succeeding is reduced to like 10 to 15% ish probably.
Could X zone 2, I guess. But probably also equally unlikely. And I think there goes the summoner. Because I think he's had summon on that dancer for a while. Yep, his golem's gone. Okay, getting rid of 2 and 1 slash is actually really good. Okay, that's probably going to seal this fight.
Oh, the base level is 85, or base chance on slash is 85. Okay, that's higher than I thought it would.
So yeah, getting 3 down is pretty good. That would make me feel a lot better. He only has 1 Phoenix down. So Mal has not found Phoenix downs. That's kind of bad.
Yeah, they're probably in one of the shops that you wouldn't really go looking for, because they will be in a shop in World 1 somewhere. That is an absolute guarantee.
They could be in the steamship, the hidden shop in Karnak. Because we haven't seen that shop, and that might be the only shop we haven't seen. Maybe Jakol.
I was going to say, I don't think anybody's been to Jakol, to Istri. I don't think I've seen any of them visit Crescent, though Crescent's usually so quick that it doesn't matter.
Istri only has 1 unique shop, though.
I mean, yeah, but all the same, it's going to be in one of those World 1 shops if you haven't seen it in any of the other.
Oh boy. This last Guardian's just like, hi, I'm here. He does have Golem up, though, so it should be pretty safe, and there it goes. And Lena's doing her best impression of being a floor.
She's just job changed to Dragoon. Ha! FF14 human. Flare sword magic. Oh, and there's a tablet. Finally.
Okay, so that's interesting because we know tab 3 is also in World 3.
So tablet 3 then probably
is somewhere either Fork Tower or Trench related.
Do we actually have a thing pointing us to the trench?
Well, what we have is Walls Tower, Path of Void, and the the Trench page in World 1. So I'm assuming
so that's quite possible, yeah.
Yeah, I'm making a pretty good assumption there that it's not underwater walls, but I mean you're looking at your available hints and your information, and the odds of that is not exactly low.
Yeah, we've only got so many things left to find at this point.
Oh, Slack's taking a front of the void dip.
So this is always a bit of a risky play that Slack is making, because the thing is if you go through the void and actually loot it, like, yeah, it's costing you time, but also the void tends to have a lot of the best stuff in the game just hanging around.
Actually, with 1 tab, I don't hate this. You're getting the, 6 chests up front. I think you still get the forest chest, too, so he's got Holy already as a payoff. Nothing else amazing so far. The weapons are okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
There's Freeland.
That actually means Mal's good to go. If he finds Samurai or Guild Toss. Okay, you can't get to the forest. Okay. I think I like it better with 2 when you can get at least through the forest checks.
Yeah, so Malk is taking the play at Fork Tower. It's the last place we know at the moment that we can access that we do have to go. We don't necessarily know what this is going to pay out with, whether it'll be like one useful thing, two useful things, one useful thing and one useless thing, and send us on a goose chase.
I'll be verifying. A lot of our runners probably still don't know how to do like leveling old strat or level strats like that. Like I know I don't. Like you asked me how to do level strats, I have no clue.
That is some advanced speedrun tech I have not learned. What's the worst that could be on Fork Tower? So Submarine Key. Not because Submarine Key doesn't give us access to a bunch of areas, but because it gives us access to a bunch of areas.
I agree with Alphon. Anything not insta-killable.
Yeah.
Hallie would be really rude.
We have seen Necrophobia.
Yeah.
We've still got Halicarnassus. Catastrophe would be rude if they put a Time Mage on the wrong group and don't have float. Leviathan's still out there. Omniscient's still out there. We have seen Bahamut. Shoat would be rough.
Shoat would be rough. Shoat would probably be one of the... So, Shoat's one of those things that you really want to see early. And not seeing him to this point, that's... If he's in here, that's really bad.
Yeah, Ramu's still out there and would be fairly dangerous at this point, because this will be like a high damage, high speed Ramu.
I just missed that chest. Big guard.
Hey,
with
big
blue.
guard. I feel like few abilities in the game are quite as much of a relief as seeing blue magic plus big guard.
I don't think he can replace anything he has, though. He's looking at his options, and it's just like, Black Mage Time is too good. Well, he's going with White Mage, and what? I don't know if I agree with this, honestly. You're losing Doom. And you're losing... He doesn't have time either, right? So he's losing Doom and X-Zone. It ends up paying off for him. This thing's shoatable.
Slack, meanwhile, is about to discover the horror of the Guardians on North Mountain.
Yeah, he also saw the God Shot. There's a sub key and Brightblade.
Oh, boy, did I ever call that one. Unfortunately for everyone involved.
Well, now we got to see what comes from this half, because it could be either half that's required or both.
I almost want to see it be the pyramid page here, just to open up the maximum possible number of long options.
I mean, it can. Pyramid page is in World 3 somewhere. We could have a Walls Tower key to a trench page to a pyramid page.
Oh, we could, and then have that finally lead to the Walls Tower key where it actually is.
Well, no. Walls Tower key would have to be in. Would have to be in here, because trench page would have to be in Walls Tower.
Oh yeah.
And then that chain can just be a dead end, and it really has just been underwater walls the whole time. Shiva's actually really rude.
Yeah, Shiva isn't necessarily too bad, because you can kill the guards, they're not heavy, but Shiva herself is going to do a lot of damage in this location, so...
Yeah, Shiva's Ice 3, just wipe the floor.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a, just single on the right side, aim to cheese out Chimera Brain with a quick kill, and then take 3 people towards Shiva.
I would actually make him have Slash. Yeah. Because you can actually slash the 3 guards. And get it down just to a whatever V1. Also, Coral Ring only does water, not ice, right?
I think so, yeah. I'll look this up while Slack explodes to Guardian.
Yeah, we need something for ice, but we don't really have it. Best thing is if he has Shell or Carbuncle. But then if you have Carbuncle, you're reflecting it back as heals. Which then you have to outdamage.
So, Coral Ring is water absorption, fire immunity, but nothing with ice. Flame Ring gives you immunity to ice.
Okay, so Flame Rings would be nice then. Don't think we've seen those, though. Because you got to deal with Ice 3, and sometimes you have to deal with Snowstorm, too.
Yeah, I would definitely take Blue Mage into Shiva just for the purpose of we know Mighty Guards here, and having that incoming damage from Shiva will actually make a huge difference.
Yeah, I think you take both Knights and the Big Guard to the left, and then take the other person with Summon to the right, and just hope to survive the one attack and hit with the Shoat. And is that what he's going to do? Yep. Exactly what Mal's going to do. So we do know the sub key is on the right side. Mal's going to have to recollect it. He got it and then lost it again on the reset.
Yeah, the speed of this has come to a bit of a screeching halt due to some difficult bosses.
Yeah, and this is what we were expecting, though.
Yeah, and we've still got some nasty ones that we haven't seen that are, like, increasingly likely to be in the void.
Yeah, Shoat's the big one. Like, Shoat's probably the most annoying boss that we have left. Because we've seen Sandworm, we've seen Triplets, we've seen Poroboros, we've seen Guardians, Bahamut, Necro, a Panda. I mean, what we got left? We got Catastrophe, Hallie,
Yeah,
Shoat.
Catastrophe we have Float. Hallie's never too dangerous because Hallie's mostly single target. We do have Shoat, though. We do still have Odin running around. We do have Ramuh's a ton of damage, Leviathan's a lot of damage, Omniscient's still out there.
Omniscient's slow.
Still out there.
I'm gonna go through and check some bosses that we've seen. We also got a bunch of free bosses left too, though.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Gilga 2, which is probably the worst Gilga fight left. We haven't seen the brown crab, right?
No, according to my records, we have not seen that.
We haven't seen Ifrit or Biblos. The only Gilga we've seen is 4.
Yeah. Slack is taking a less instant kill approach to these bosses, unfortunately, but is actually like doing a decent job sustaining just through like spamming image and such.
If you have coral rings, Leviathan's not bad. Absence of coral rings, just no magic counters. Pray. Pray for no tidal waves.
Yeah. Long story short, the hints have all been pretty late, and we don't even necessarily know if all of our hints are actually going to like, if what hints we have remaining are part of the chain or not. Slack has chased a string of items that began with finding the adamantite, which led to getting the shrine page, and hasn't chased the end of that yet, which could be to Slack's advantage if that's actually relevant, but we don't know yet.
Yeah, so Slack's actually about to pick up the tablet that Mal has. But Mal is about to pick up something we don't know, but we know is possibly needed, because Subkey is possibly needed, or whatever's on this side is needed. Because Fork Tower with Path of Void is our very first hint, Gig. That was our Tycoon Castle hint. We knew where the seed was going right away. And a flame ring and a gold shield. So Subkey is the only hint that we have, which is trench, falls, underwater walls. Which I would go straight to underwater walls.
Yeah, that could definitely be something. And it's all those or the barrier tower as well. Like,
Yep.
That unfortunately just opens up more questions, but at least they're questions that we sort of know directions involving.
I go straight to underwater walls. He's debating on it, and I think he's going to go get something else. But I go underwater walls because we know a walls tower is Path of Void. Well, we know how to get into Trench. We just don't know where the item is. It's in Walls Tower in the World 1 for the Trench page. Guaranteed. Yeah, I think you have to go do underwater walls here. Because you know Walls Tower is Path of Void. And it could be the Trench page in World 1, or it could be this. It could be both.
Did Mal save? I sure hope he did. I mean, at this point, the good part of this seed is that both of our runners have a ton of really good stuff at this point. Like, they've both been through Mirage, so, like, they've got knights with, like, I think at this point Malc has both a Ragnarok or an Excalibur and a Brave Blade.
Oh my god,
like high-level black magic.
Somebody in chat said they hope that this is the Walls Tower key. That would just feel bad. And then you do all this big chain, and then it's in Barrier Tower.
Oh my god. I mean, at least going that way would send us to the Trench, and we get to see our final 3 hints.
Sort of time paradox. Slacks in Fork Tower, not Walls Tower. Ooh, catastrophe underwater. Well, he didn't open with a quake. That's the first goal. But we have no float.
Malc never found the shop that had that. Oh no. I think this is a high enough level check that catastrophe should have proper quake.
Yeah, he's got blue. Oh, yeah, you're gonna big guard. Okay, he's got big guard. That's very, very expensive float, though. I think you just start spamming Meteo. Oh, he's gonna quick into Meteo. It's a lot of mana.
It is, but when your goal is just to kill a boss as absolutely fast as you can, so it doesn't do anything too deadly to you. Nobody... Interestingly, I'm pretty sure we saw Wall in one of the shops very early, but it does look like Malc just doesn't have white magic equipped at all, so...
So we're just going to see a little bit of a slow grind here on both sides. We're also going to see that even if either of these players hit go mode anytime soon, they have a lot of shopping left to do. Mal has no Phoenix Downs. Like, actual 0 Phoenix Downs. we are using Big Guard as float.
Sometimes you do what you got. At least Catastrophe's, like... not super fast in this location.
A 72 MP float, though.
Slack is having a hell of a time with Chimera Brain, unfortunately. And
yeah, no,
I have a
no
feeling
break.
Probably just...
There goes his image. And there's the Aqua Rake, and not quite. And a miss. That's probably going to do it. Yeah, you need a source of break on that side. We saw Damage Floor. Damage Floor was in the Magic Shop of Moore, I believe. I do remember seeing it. Oh, okay, in your earlier seed? Gotcha. Oh, last float cast.
Out of Medios.
And this is what I was talking about. This is where it gets dangerous because he used Quick and he used Big Guard, which is just both of those spells are just going to chew through your resources. Ice Rod into Ice 3. Okay.
I mean, it's a little bit faster to cast than Flare and about as damaging, if not a little more. So.
Yeah, I think you're just fighting at this point. You're just praying. You're praying that you. I think you're commenting. Yeah. You're praying that you just don't get quaked. Because Quake's gonna wipe out like your entire party if it quakes. Like Kara may survive, and that's a may.
Yeah, you forget just how powerful that attack is until it hits you in the face.
And he did get through it. And what is our reward for beating a catastrophe on a 6-minute time limit? The pyramid page.
Here we go, .jpg.
I think you have to follow it. I don't think you're happy about it.
Yeah, you kind of gotta follow that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got. Well, Fork is the only path of the Void Fiery for sub-key. And that opened like 6 locations.
Yeah.
And we don't even know if this is the Walls Tower that's Path of Void. So this could just be nothing. This could be air.
One thing Slack could do is, like, Slack does have will have the subkey and does have the false page. It could actually have been the Istory Falls is the actual relevant pin this entire time.
So here's also something interesting. I mean, if this has a key item, it's one of the tablets, the Moogle suit, or the Walls Tower key. That's the only ones we're missing. Moogle suit would be a huge find. I think that would be the one your Medio is actually gross against Shoat. We found Shoat in a low HP location, but Medio's like doing X Fight or X Magic. He counters with a double Demon's Eye. Yeah, this wasn't a bad Shoat spot. This makes seeing Shoat here makes me a lot less scared of what's in the Void after seeing Shoat and Catastrophe. They're gonna have a fairly nice Void with maybe an Omni as their big brick. Omni, Arcavus, Halley, and Marugene and Leviathan are about the only things left that aren't cheesable. Yeah, we know exactly where Trench Page is. Like, we know Trench Page is in the Walls Tower in World 1. Which is what's interesting. Because we know a Walls Tower is required, we just didn't know which one. So one had Pyramid Page, one has Trench Page.
Yeah. Slack is having a slugfest with Shiva, but at least has managed to recover and doesn't need to do a complete reset, which is an advantage.
I'm guessing, yeah, he has Shell and everything set up. This is actually going to be pretty decent. He just needs a good source of damage soon. He has to start eating away at some of these because these images are nice, but they're going to get chewed through by these guards doing 3 attacks a turn.
Yeah, it's almost better at this point to just start X-zoning the guards to at least reduce that, and you can get things back under control.
Like, there goes the image, so he's going to reset it up. Yep. Yeah, I would check. So my normal rule of thumb, and this can be used against me later, Francois, you're listening. Unless I know I have absolutely everything I'd ever want and more, I'm never skipping a World 3 check. The tier is just too high.
Yeah, by comparison, my mentality at this point would already be yeah, I've got what I need to finish off Neo X Death. I'm skipping all the.
Well, he doesn't though. He doesn't though. There's no Guild Toss. Yeah. No, they skip Summoner.
Yeah, the the fact that Malk skipped Summoner is I think probably would have been the big difference, because I'd have grabbed that and then just been planning on like
Leviathan
spamming
kill.
Leviathan for DO.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, that's another valid option, especially since he's already going Thing strats with Aegis Shields, and we know he's going to get Freelancer.
He does know where Summoner is. It's in one of those shops in Mirage. He just decided not to buy it.
I mean, that's a lot of money, though. So you're looking at, if you want 4 gold hairpins plus the Summoner, you're looking at 132k.
Which, I mean, that's Giltos money anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw Leviathan. Leviathan and Bahamut are both sitting still in the sealed castle.
Is Bahamut in Sealed Castle? I know Phoenix is. And Leviathan.
Phoenix?
I think it's
Okay.
Phoenix and Leviathan. 'Cause Phoenix, you're
Oh, right. We saw Bahamut in it was in super early, I think.
I haven't seen Bahamut in their spell list though. Well, they don't
maybe I
have
missed
Summoner.
that.
They also don't have Summoner,
Yeah,
so they don't
They've
have
been
access
relying
to
on-
it.
Summon 3. Oh, free pair of running shoes.
So that's something you don't see that often. You don't often see them for sale and a set in a chest.
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw, Dr. Randolph. Was just Bahamut was sitting around in the beginner set.
Yeah, it might actually be. I actually don't doubt it. I just missed it if it was.
Yeah, I think it just hasn't come out. Let's see.
They wouldn't have anything to cast it at this point because neither one of them picked Summoner. So he did make it through the Shiva fight. So Fork Tower is complete. So he knows Subkey is Path. So let's see what he chooses to do. He has more options for the Subkey. He's going to Barrier Tower, it looks like.
I don't hate it.
Or no, he's getting in his... Oh, no. Yep.
Yeah, if you choose at this point to just skip the chests and Barrier Tower, it is pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 2 good chests in Barrier Tower, and that's the trap chest. So half the chests in Barrier Tower are good, the other 2 aren't. Not for where they're at.
Yeah, Medio, I think 2800 is about the max Medio can do. It does require you to be hitting an enemy that has no magic defense, though.
Did get a quad slash.
Oh, nice.
A sage staff from that chest. So running shoes in here. A few other... So when we made the 1.0 change, a boss got moved to top of pyramid. There didn't used to be a boss up here. But this used to be just 29 really high value checks. So essentially what you would find in, say, Sealed Castle or the Void itself. This is now... They lowered the tier a little bit. Yeah, see. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah, I was about to say, Malk is fighting a screen distortion. Oh, hey, it's Carbunk.
Alright, we're good.
Yeah, Carbuncle at least is fairly close to guaranteed kill, especially if it's only going to do level 2 spells here. Carbuncle does 3 spells, then drops its barrier in order to try to heal itself, and while its barrier is dropped, it is vulnerable to basically everything under the sun, which our runners have no small number of instant death tools to choose from.
Yeah, and most runners will do exactly what you're seeing Mal do here. They'll hover the cursor over with a fight command, and as soon as it drops your cursor back into your menu, that means, which just happened, that means that the barrier's down, and you can kill him.
Yes, this is the boss fight that normally is in the forest right next to the pyramid that you do right afterwards. But we kind of decided nobody was actually really going to the pyramid, so we put something there. Oh, there's the 4th tablet.
Wait, tablet 4 was there?
Yes.
Okay, well that's interesting. So
3rd tablet is still in World 3 somewhere.
It's still in World 4. I'm gonna guess that it's on the... I'm gonna guess it's on the trench. My guess is we're hunting for the Walls Tower key.
Well, that's possible, but we did just get the pyramid page from Walls Tower.
Oh, I know. We also... So, here's the fun part. Did we satisfy the sub being required, or did we satisfy the Walls Tower being required, or both? That's why those hints are so. That's why these hints are so vague yet good.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I love about this game is it's a big puzzle.
Yeah, that is. But that's where I was going with that. Was like it might be that we have to go Walls Tower, like Sunken Walls Tower somewhere. It might be. It could still be just hanging out in the Shrunken Shrine because that could have just satisfied both the hints.
Yep.
And if it does turn out to be in the Shrunken Shrine, then that's Slack's chance to catch up.
Well, Barrier Tower looks like it was nothing. So I'm curious to see where Slack goes next. Slack has a lot more options than Mal did.
Yeah, Mal has actually decided to go try to hit up Odin in the hopes that it's just like, oh, it's just one of the easy World 3 checks.
Yeah, he's trying to get the quick check. So if you're doing quick checks, you're doing this, and you're doing Toll Pass. You know it's in World 3, you're going to slam World 3 spots. We got Gilga 3, which is doomable. So, as Black Mage casts Doom, this fight's over. If he knows that interaction. And looks like he does, but he doesn't want to hit him too much or he's going to trigger the Enkindu to come in. But does hit, fight over. You know, the fight was over so fast that I didn't even catch what was at the top of Barrier Tower.
Nothing off of the Odin spot. And I
What?
don't think there was anything off of Barrier Tower.
There wasn't anything, but what was the boss? That's why I didn't even register.
You know? Oh, gargoyles? Okay, at least
Gargoyles,
that's
okay. Okay, gargoyles. That makes sense. I remember seeing gargoyles now, but they were dead so fast that I didn't even register they existed.
Malk, I believe, has had the hint for a while that the trench page is here, so... Or, not the trench page, the falls page, so Malk might be chasing the history falls check.
Oh, we did see Gilg 2. So the only Gilgamesh we haven't seen is 1. So, here's kind of the fun part. Annoying bosses we still have left that aren't one-shottable. Leviathan, Halley, Marugine, and Omni, and Atmos. Besides them, we have Gilga 1, Abductor, Siren Ifrit, Biblos. Oh no, Archaevis is still in the pool too.
Yeah, we have seen Antlion.
We haven't seen the T-Rex.
We haven't seen Atomos.
Yeah, that was one of the ones, yeah. Like, I think the things that are the most difficult we have left are probably Omni, Archaevis, and Halley, just because they're annoying, and Leviathan. And it's not even that all those are hard, they're just annoying at this point.
Yeah, we're in a pretty good state here. It's just going to matter out which lines of investigation end up paying out.
Yeah, so Mal's about to do early checks. The issue is, again, you need to be keeping up with your hints, right? He knows where tab 3 is, it's the only one he's missing. So, we know that both the Shrine and Falls Page are both in World 1, so I don't hate that he's doing this.
Yeah, like I said, he's probably just banking on like, okay, I know this is going to give me at least one key item, let's chase that.
Yeah, because he already got Falls Page, and he might just chase the Falls Page once he's out of here.
Yeah, which wouldn't be like unreasonable because it is a World 3 location.
Yeah, I don't hate this at all. The other thing he's got is he's got the Adamantite chase if he when he wants it, which we know leads all the way to Shrine Page. That's about Slack's only hope right now, is that it is in Shrine for the last tablet, and he just gets it soon.
Yeah, neither of them have done Tool Pass, which is always very possible. Like, we just kind of have some question marks to whether or not certain hints are relevant anymore. So,
yeah, at this point, we may have 1 or 2 hints still relevant. We may have 0. The only hint we know that is relevant is tab 3 is in World 3. And it has to be either Trench, Falls, or Tool Pass. or Shrine.
Yeah.
We have 4 locations, so 25% chance. I think if I Mal, what's he gonna do? I don't even think he knows. I think he was now just thinking. I think he's taking a second to think and do some shopping.
Yeah, there's. Are you still checking the low
I don't know why he
just automatically?
Yeah, this I wouldn't do, but he might just be like running things through his head. I know if I'm looking for stuff, sometimes I'll go and like if I know I've got to do shopping or look for consumables or whatever I got to do, I'll do checks like this, but not the shopping checks.
Yeah, the shopping checks actually make more sense to me than running around and just doing like the low end chests.
Yeah, because he does need a lot of consumables. He has no haste, or not haste, Phoenix Downs. I think he's short on a lot of stuff, actually. Those would have been nice earlier. Flame and Thunder Skeins. Meanwhile, we do have single target float.
I mean, Catastrophe doesn't care whether it's one person or 4 people afflicted with float, and single targeting it will actually be slightly faster.
Oh, he got X-Fight off 100, didn't he? I saw him just do an X-Fight, and I'm just like, how did he do X-Fight? I'm guessing he actually mastered a Hunter.
That's quite possible. He was on it for quite a while.
Okay, we got Phoenix Downs. Sweet. Yeah, you see him doing his sell-off, just in case he finds Giltoss. He's not selling everything, though. He only has 2 Aegis Shields, too. My guess is those 2 Aegis Shields are going to go on the 2 people that are going to sing at the end. I think that was a slightly faster Catastrophe kill on Slack's side.
Yeah, dry pointing out, like, 2 people on Malc's side are knights. So they probably have the Aegis shields equipped already.
Okay. I know it doesn't prioritize them real high, so I'm not ever thinking that they're auto-equipped. It prioritizes almost any shield over those.
Yeah, so there's Slack getting the pyramid page. Probably going to chase that. Malc, meanwhile, is doing Tool Pass. Let's see if actually one of the easiest checks ends up being
what do we have?
What we were looking for.
What do we even have left? So we've got the Hear You Call, neither player's done. We've got the 4 checks in World 3 and the trench page at Walls Tower in World 1, and that's it, right?
Yeah, that's basically it. This is edging closer and closer to being a full, complete seed, but our runners are still putting up a pretty good time due to just having like really good like weapons and spells available from early.
Slack went to Falls instead of Pyramid.
It's gutsy, but I respect it.
Hey, there's the Archivist. There's one of the other annoying bosses. And there's Guild 1, the free boss. Not in the Void, either one of them. We're going to pretty much know exactly what bosses are in it. And there's the Walls Tower key at Tool Pass.
Oh boy, here we go.
Alright, now that I think I 100% commit to. I know it's the trench page, and then I think I commit to the trench, so that's going to give us 3 more hints.
Yeah. If nothing else, there's a decent possibility that you find out in the trench that is not where you need to be.
Mm-hmm. Like, I like this play a lot. Pyramid is a big time commitment, but with that Walls Tower Path of Void hint and finding the Pyramid page in a Walls Tower. Now, Slack may not know that works for both Walls Towers. I do like seeing Archivist in a low HP spot like this, though, with his 5 forms. Makes him a lot less annoying.
Yeah, if you can just damage him so much that he just keeps pushing phases, right. He doesn't even do anything.
Come on, Omni. Nope, Biblos. These runners really wanted to see Omni in the last World 1 spot. So that means if Omni is not on the Zazah fleet, then Omni's probably in the Void or somewhere equally as bad in World 3.
Yeah.
Because we've seen all the entrances except for... No, we haven't seen Trench or Shrine entrance yet. He could still be on a low HP entrance spot. Oh god, Twintania Omni would be terrible. You really want to subject our runners to sitting there for like an hour?
So there is the trench page that we figured out, and we've seen Twintania. In Omni at Twintania spot. Yeah, I mean, our runners do have the tools for it. I'm pretty sure they've got access to Dispel to speed up the fight. They've got a bunch of like strong black magic. They've got Meteo.
Yeah,
like it'll be irritating, and probably they'll consider resetting just to get a better setup for it. But they've got the tool.
Yeah, it's just gonna probably be like it's gonna be like a 3-minute fight by itself.
Interestingly, I almost want to say the boss these two are least equipped for at the moment is actually just Neo X Death.
Yeah, well, no Guild Toss, neither one bot Summoner. I agree with you. But again, like we said, there's almost no wrong way to run this randomizer, and everybody prioritizes classes and abilities differently. Some people prefer melee builds, some people prefer... And here's a free boss that you don't want to see in the opening of Trench.
A little bit irritating, yeah.
Omni at Leviathan.
Oh. I'm kind of crossing my fingers at this point and really hoping that the World 3 location, or the final tablet location, is behind Leviathan for Slack's sake right now.
Yeah, he looks like he's setting up to go back there and take it on. The issue is that this reset sucks. So the Falls reset is actually probably one of the longest ones to ride back to, especially if you're picking back up some of the loot.
I mean, it's no pyramid at least, and
it just depends on if any of the loot was worth it, and it looks like Slack's saying no. He's just going straight back to the boss. Grabbing the Dragon Fang, and that's it.
Yeah, I think Slack's in like the panicked, like, I don't know where things are, I need to just go sort of mode. Because there's always a point where you realize that like you just don't know, and it becomes like I just need to get through these checks as fast as I can to maximize the chance that I've chosen right over my opponent.
Yeah, Dry is pointing out that Mal did a big guard there on Golem when it wasn't required, just so he had float active for the lava tiles in Trench. Really heads up play. Ooh, Hero Song. So, Slack did pick up Sing. But I know he didn't pick up Sing Song, at least, or Speed Song. Sing Song. Well, you guys know my brain's not here today.
Neither's mine. I've been relying on chat. X-Fight is, I mean, mute's in effect.
We got the Blue Mage Crystal in the Trench. Control, you won't use it at this point.
Yeah, nice to just have that extra option for how to set up characters to have Blue Mage, but yeah, not really that important. Let's see.
Okay, we knew that. We knew that. And we knew that.
Thanks, dwarves.
So, completely hintless, pretty much, tab 3 hunt, other than we know it's in World 3.
And we don't even know if it's actually hintless. Like, it's...
Well,
some hints may be doing double duty, we just don't know.
Now we know why they never got the wall spell.
Oh, I could have sworn I saw it earlier. Oh, there's Magic Knight.
Bought Summon 4, but didn't buy Summoner. Really, Mal?
Yeah, I definitely have a couple question marks floating above my head at the moment.
Like, he spent the money on Summon 4.
I wonder if it's just that Mal's realizing, like, he's running out of locations for Samurai or Giltos to be and still hasn't found them. And so it's like, okay, maybe I'd better start preparing to, like, Leviathan this.
Did he find Odin, then? Do we have Odin? And I didn't see it? Odin was in Fork. Okay, I didn't see it.
Oh, that's reasonable.
Okay, I'm okay with this then. I'm okay with the summon Fort. I would have still just went back and bought. It was in the front weapon shop. I would have still just went back and bought Summoner.
Yeah. Oh, hey, wait one.
That's just me though. I prioritize Summoner really high.
Same, honestly. Oh, hey, free boss at the Trent.
This is really good for Mal because it's a quick check and quick to know whether it's needed or not. Got it first try. And we have ta-da-da, third tablet.
Nope.
Go mode for Mal.
Yeah, unfortunately, Slacks off on this chain that isn't going to work out. Still has the Solitary Shrine that might slow him down as well. This is Malk's race to lose at this point.
Well, Mal paused there. I think Mal's thinking, how the hell am I going to beat the game?
Well, he's going back here, so he might actually be finally deciding, like, okay, it's time for Leviathan strat.
I think you pick up Leviathan, and then you go grab Summoner. And you sell off with everything just in case. Yep, both Waltz is required. So we know, more than likely the Waltz Tower hint was pointing at the trench, or the sub key was pointing at the trench. We don't know.
Well, at least Slack is on the right course for the next chapter.
Yeah, I feel like Slack's probably going to be entering the Void about the time Mal's finishing everything up. And that's if he gets to the Waltz Tower key to... if he goes to Tool Pass next after this. Because he still has to do Tool Pass, Waltz Tower into Trench. Stopping by Tool. Okay, what do we got in Tool that we want? We really want Regen. He might not be planning to go to... He might not be planning to go to, Mirage. With the way he's selling stuff off here.
That's possible. Yeah. He may really be banking on finding Samurai on the way down there.
I mean, you pick up Leviathan, I really just think you go grab Summoner, because that's just an easy out. You just have Summoners with Sing, and a couple with Mix, since you bought Mix. You just life shield everybody, since you wouldn't be able to equip the shields, which we know he's going to get Freelancer. But, yeah, I think
I mean, should have Mind Blast. Probably his Break Blade at this point.
Moogle Suit's either at Shrine or at Zaza Fleet. Guaranteed 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, he does have the tools to do like a more stable, slower pace.
No lamp.
Just not one of the real quick strats.
Yeah, he has no lamp either, which takes some of the safety out of doing a longer fight. Yeah, we don't expect Necrospot here. No, we don't know anything past these next two chests, so we could just find something that breaks the game soon. I mean, if we find Samurai, then yeah, it's just done. He'll Samurai with probably Mix on 2 people, or just Sing on 2 people, and like time summon, and or blue. Yeah, he's got a lot of tools. Yeah, he does have blue. I don't know what all spells he has, though. I don't know if he has everything needed to do the Dark Shock Flare. I do not know, Vaughn. That's why I don't know. I haven't seen a spell list.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Mal saw Stalker really late.
He one-shot Stalker.
Yeah. So maybe he didn't get Mind Blast from that for security. Oh, there's Mimic.
So we have Mimic and Freelancer, so that's covered. Is Samurai or Giltoss in here? There it is.
A risky play, but it has paid off.
Yeah, so level 3 Flare doesn't matter anymore. We found Samurai. He may still do it, though. Alright, first boss, easy. Break. Don't think it's... Is it? Yeah. I actually didn't know it's doomable. I thought it was just breakable.
Yeah, Crayclaw is the one that actually has the vulnerabilities. It's Carl Boss that is weirdly immune to almost everything in the game.
Oh, he's heavy, but doomable.
Yeah.
Okay. Doom better hit rate. See, Dry. I still have things I don't know. And it looks like we're gonna learn Giltoss so that we can put it on either a Freelancer or a Mimic later. And yeah, I don't think I even loot much at this point. Oh, Badge Clamp is in the chest. He chooses to loot. Really?
Yeah, Mal doesn't seem the type of person who like really ever skips looting, which
I don't
in this
either.
case is kind of worked out.
I don't either, to be fair. Yeah, Mass Immune's pretty great too. Mass Immune's gonna give Butts first turn with blue. Yeah, this front of the void's loaded. Bahamut's probably in here too, to be fair. I mean, we're running out of stuff that can be in Moogle Village at this point too, though. Okay, so this is kind of rude.
Yeah, Odin's... I mean, I think they have access to Bolt 3.
So Odin's breakable, but it's got such a low hit rate in the spot that, yeah. Break Sword, yeah. I don't think I've seen Break Sword. I don't think I've seen Break Sword.
He is... I forget if this is one of the ones where he's actually weak to lightning damage or not.
You can try to get a break to land. It's not going to have a good effect. I would say it's probably got less than a 10% chance to hit him. Yeah, Dry is confirming almost no chance for break to land if it's not the blade. Oh, he is at Walls Tower, so he did do Tool Pass to Walls Tower. So he is on the path to get the last tablet. Slack is moving.
Yeah, Slacks I think has reached the point a while ago where he's skipping the chest, so at least that's going to help him catch up a tiny bit, but it's probably not going to be enough.
No, he's also got to not skip the ones when he gets to the void. Especially that forest area. Alright, Odin's down. And Biblos is down.
Yeah, Mal's gonna need like a Twintania spot Ramu that just completely trolls him and just refuses to let him get turns or something.
I mean, if it's a Ramu there, I think he has like 8 ways to kill it instantly. Including Odin.
Yeah, he definitely has the tools for it. It's just a matter of like if Ramu shows up and just starts deleting everybody who's trying to do anything.
Well, he's also
Ramu in certain places is fast.
Well, he's also got Massa. He can just throw Summoner on the Mass Immune. Or, yeah, he can throw Summon on the Mass Immune holder, and he just gets first turn.
Fair enough.
Like, he's got so many tools right now that I don't think anything scares him. I mean, Leviathan's going to be the hardest fight he's got left. And even that, I think he had Bolt 3 swords, so even that's not going to be that bad.
Yeah, that mithril spear in the void. Always what you're looking for.
And there's Meru. So we're running low on boss options. We've got Siren, Abductor, which Abductor vampires are pretty rough. Atmos, Ifrit. So we got flare castable Ifrit in here somewhere probably.
Yeah.
Leviathan, Ramu,
Ramu,
and Hallie. Yeah. We did find Mino early.
Yeah, Minnow was in the Sol Cannon spot, which was actually a little rude. But Mal actually avoided that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the pool left that's scary Pyromance per se, but annoying, yes. Like Hallie, still annoying. Leviathan, still annoying. Everything else is pretty much one-shottable, except for Atmos, and he's literally just annoying. Yeah, I think the only things that'll put up a fight is Hallie and Leviathan. And that's because Leviathan's going to kind of nuke his magic, because the possibility of tidal wave counters, because tidal waves are still going to hit hard. Even through big guard, they're still going to hit pretty rough.
There goes Melusine.
So Giltoss learned.
Yeah, at least one of them has it. Which, I mean, technically you only need one of them to learn it, because Mimics.
Plus you got to appreciate the like neon green and orange samurai. Oh, that one's pretty good too. It's like what, almost 4 or 5 colors in that? I do like the night. The night palette's pretty awesome. The black with the orange like arms coming out.
Yeah, that's some Dark Knight armor right there.
Yeah, so if you want Leviathan to be in the void at this point, you want him to be in the next spot coming up, because that's the lowest HP spot left. Everything past this is like 40k plus. And Abductor. And he does have level 3 flare, and he does have Dark Shock, so he does have he did have an alternate way without Giltoss.
Yeah, goodbye, Abductor. We've had instant kills ready for you this entire game.
And Slack's going into go mode as Mal's starting the Hallie Carnassus spot, which is also breakable. All these free fights. Alright, let's sit in it to Twintania. If it's Ifrit, this is just like the freest void I've ever seen. It's Leviathan.
So that wasn't quite free.
No, this is probably the most dangerous fight that was left on the table. It's not going to be bad, but at least was the most dangerous.
Yeah, going a little bit out of control on the damage here could choose to backfire.
Yeah, he's just setting up all the protection right off the bat, and then a Bolt 3 sword. Yeah, this is going to be, it'll be